cost him more wins and more opportunities to contend. And that's when the driver gets off, and the driver can get off from time to time for Justin. But this club here, he started striking it really well at the Players when he won this year on the weekend, and he had a great ball strike for the weekend. But he didn't win that Players without this club right here, and doesn't come close to actually winning the Players. He made some great putts, and those greens were nasty. We see it every year in, year out, how difficult those greens are to putt, the hole locations. No matter how many times you played there, they're not easy. And so for him to do what he did, especially after being in the 1-over through 8 holes in the final round, and then to turn it around after the 3-putt on 8, was really special for him to come back and win that event. So, and it was helped by that club right there, without a doubt. And that man in the black shirt, John Graham, has really helped resurrect him as a putter.
It's kind of interesting to see this relationship, David, play out, because Mike is still very much a part of every aspect of Justin's golf game. You can speak to working as closely with a family member as he does, and the decision to bring John Graham in, and like Aaron, do you believe that it has made a big impact?
It has made a big impact, and it's never a bad thing to have another set of eyes, because that other set of eyes could potentially pick up and see something that one you rely on so much, as Justin does with Mike, is just simply seeing it or missing it, and maybe just seeing it in a different way. And really, sometimes you're seeing the same things, but the verbiage used to relay your point and to try to explain to your pupil, in this case Mike's son, Justin, what it is he sees, is sometimes you have to throw out the same thing 10 different ways for it to stick.
Exactly. Everybody speaks and understands a different language in this game. That's why I say there's not one teacher for every player. I could go talk to Butch Harmon, and Butch Harmon could speak a language in golf that I don't understand, and I can't do anything. I could go to Pete Cowan and the same thing could happen, and then I could go to another teacher, and that teacher, the way he said it, they're saying the same thing.
They're
saying the same thing, but just in a different way, and it clicks with me.
Right,
so
I get that. Okay,
that's
how I get it.
And David, it's a tough search sometimes.
Oh yeah.
You got to go through some guys. If you're struggling with one part of your game, trying to find that guy that you can connect with, that you can understand the language that guy's speaking. That is hard to find. And once you find that guy, you want to pay him a good amount of money, and you don't want to let him go.
Well, I think that it's a situation where you go back to it. You have to throw up so many things to see what sticks, even though you're saying the same thing and say so many different ways. I've had things said to me, and it's been 6, 8, 10 times, and I'm like, I just don't quite. Well, okay, how about? Okay, now I get that. I understand that, and it's the exact same, trying to get you to do the exact same thing, but said in a different way that your brain processes it. And I think that's the situation with putting. It's a simple thing where it needs another set of eyes, another way to explain what they're looking for, what may have been missing, what may need to be improved. And that just gives tremendous confidence to the player and the individual themselves when they're out there competing.
Especially when you start seeing the results.
Yeah, I mean, it is, and sometimes you have to recognize, especially in putting, that good putting is about hitting the ball and rolling it properly on the line you want with the speed you want. If you do that and you miss the putt, you've hit a good putt.
That's the one thing that I've seen.
It's not holding putts.
That's the one thing that I've seen from him is his issue is marrying the two. Right. Either he gets the speed wrong or the line wrong, and you can tell right away. Mm-hmm. Especially when he misses the line. Most players you can't win. He does it a lot on short putts, and that seems to have gotten a lot better. The short putting has gotten a little bit better to a lot better over the last, since he's seen John Graham. And I think that's what
you want to see.
He struggled with his inside 10 feet, from what I can tell.
You want to see results, obviously.
Yeah.
You want to hold putts, but if you go through a round of golf and you hit every putt where you wanted to, with the speed you wanted to, and you didn't make a single one, did you putt back?
No.
No, you didn't putt back. You did exactly what you wanted to. You just didn't make a putt.
Exactly right.
So maybe you read them wrong, maybe the speed was off. But if you hit them on the speed you wanted, on the line you wanted, didn't make a putt, you putted well.
Yep.
That's not an area where it's about results, about the ball being home.
Well, when it comes to the US Open, Justin Thomas has the distinction of being the only player to shoot a 9 under par round when he joined the 63 club, which he produced in the third round of the 2017 US Open at Erin Hills to tie the lowest ever round